Good evening, everybody. Hello out there. Hi, everybody. How you all doing? Good? I'm saying y'all because I was in Birmingham last week. And, you know, those people talk funny up there. But listen, everybody, good evening and welcome to a new type of MS Views and News program. Losing my voice because I'm just getting over a cold. For those that don't know, my name is Stuart Schlossman. And before we begin, I want to let you know that there's a lot of people from our organization here tonight, from the board of directors, and I would like all of them to just hold their hands up so I can yell out their names, just so you all know everybody, y'all again. So we have Carmen Chediak and Maria Zaldivar. These are board members of MS Views and News. Eric Schlossman is in the back. He's my brother, in case you recognize the name. Lisi Cuellar. Am I missing anybody? We have Craig Dorn, who's our attorney. Okay, and so we wanted to make this program tonight very special. It's very different. You know, we're doing this now, and we're getting into something new. We're getting into something new that we've never really done before. And this all started with my journey when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis back in '98. You know, and I wanted to educate people with MS. And we wanted to make sure that the patients were being educated and that the caregivers were being educated. So we started doing programs, and a lot of you already know this. But then this past December 2014, before I continue, I'm going to ask everybody who's got cell phones or whatever, please turn them off. Put them away, something. Turn them off. Nobody here really needs to know what everybody sounds like on their cell phones, okay? So if you can, just turn them all off. And if you don't know where the bathrooms are, they're out those other doors. I forgot to do all these announcements first. So all that ringing I hear out there has got to get turned down, okay? All right, so going back, though, again, in December of 2014, we were doing a program in Columbia, South Carolina. And we found out, we were doing this program with a neurologist, and we had a social worker there as well. Her name is Jessica Thomas Salinas, and she did a great job. But what I learned at this program in this small city is that there were a lot of people there at this program with multiple sclerosis, obviously, but they were living in their cars. One was living under a bridge. One that was in her car was in a car with her autistic son. They did not know where they could get resources from to help them live like they should be living. There were people there that didn't know how they could get prescription medication. They felt that, you know, I don't have the income and I don't have insurance, so what do I do? They don't know. They didn't know. And they didn't know where they could get resources from, and while Jessica was speaking to them, they were learning where they could get these resources from, but she wasn't even from their local area, so we had to tell them that they have to contact a social worker. And so, you know, I felt at that time that this is something that we want to do with MS Views and News, is to add a free community resource, a free service that we want to give back to the MS community. And so we wanted to be able to add a new component to what we do by providing education. And so we chose to then add this social worker to our organization. And you're going to hear from her tonight. And Jennifer Falk is going to be our first social worker that we're going to have working for MS Views and News. But you're going to hear about her in a little while and all the different things that she does. Tonight, we wanted to make sure we have a special guest here to introduce Jennifer, because he's worked with her before, and his name is Dr. Jack Burks. And so, and for those that don't know what Dr. Burks does, I mean, oh my God, the list is like endless, and I have the list here, but you know, he's like Chief Medical Officer of the MS Association of America. He's the Clinical Professor of Neurosciences at FIU Medical College. President of Burks and Associates, MS Consultants. He speaks internationally. He's an international lecturer. The list goes on and on and on, and I'm not going to read it all because we're not here about him. We're here about Jennifer, okay? So you know, I just can't, you know, keep going on this. But going a little bit further, so Dr. Burks will introduce Jennifer, and I'm not going to stand here and talk all night. If you want to ask me any questions, this could be after the program, but let's ask Dr. Burks to get started. Oh, before I introduce Dr. Burks, and we're going to have to back up on this, food service is not going to happen tonight until after Jennifer speaks and after you ask her questions. Then we're going to take a 10-minute break while it's all being served, and then we're going to ask Michelle Alva, who does self-empowerment, and she's a physical therapist. She'll speak with you as well. And I've heard her before. She's great. I'm going to reintroduce her later on. But again, let's welcome Dr. Burks. Thank you.
You know, we all have something in common at this meeting. It's the admiration for Jennifer Falk and welcoming her to this, this new role for her and this new role for the MS Views and News. So I'm really glad to be, I'm honored to be able to introduce you. Jennifer is a well-trained, scholarly, academic social worker from NYU, her master's degree, and she came to Florida and worked for Jackson Memorial and worked for Doctors Hospital in very challenging and rewarding positions. But I met her in the MS world, where she was developing and coordinating many MS programs, including research programs in quality of life. It's something that's really special, a special area. And then she started working with the community and doing dance programs and hippotherapy with the horseback riding and scuba diving and an incredible number of programs that I watched her put together and change the lives of so many people. Then she started developing a support group, a fabulous support group. Many of the people in this room are in that support group, and you'll all agree with me when I say that. And so, and she also did something else you may not know about. She actually was teaching social workers, social work interns, about multiple sclerosis. So she was spreading the word to other healthcare professionals, which is just terrific. So anyway, so that's very nice. And now I'll tell you why she's so special. And this is sort of the rest of the story. She's been fabulous, talented at developing programs. And her counseling of patients, how many of you, just think about those of you who have been touched by her lives and how well she's counseled you and helping you with the problem solving. And she's very pleasant, but she's also good at getting to the point, getting to what's the nitty gritties and getting it done. And she's won the admiration of all of us. And so I consider her tops in her field. And so the MS Views and News is very fortunate to have her with them and to work with her hopefully in the many years to come. And last but not least, I'm also very fortunate to work with her, not only as a colleague but as a friend. And that's my highest praise I can give to her. So I'm going to end by congratulating Stuart and MS Views and News on this new role, this new expansion of their organization with one of the top people in the world. So Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you so much. My goodness. Thank you, Dr. Burks. That was beautiful. And it is my honor and pleasure to always work with Dr. Burks and to work with all of you. And I'm so happy to be here and to welcome you here. And MS Views and News is very excited about bringing social work services to the community. When we started brainstorming about what we could call this position, the word navigator came to mind. And when we talked about the word navigator, I wanted to kind of put it out to you guys, and I need your help, okay? So you tell me, when I say the word navigator, because that's what we're calling me now. We're calling me the MS Social Work Navigator. So when I say navigator to you, tell me what comes to your mind.
To where you go from where to where in your personal life and in your therapy issues and everything that is related.
So going from one point to another related to health. Okay. Anyone else? What comes to mind when I say navigator? Maria?
An explorer, discovering new things.
An explorer. Yeah.
Helping people to go around.
Yeah. Helping people get around. Oh. So, we thought the same thing. the one thing I also thought about Navigator was I thought about my GPS Navigator in my car, you know. Mine's a girl. And she tells me where to go. She helps me when I get lost and I don't know where I'm going. My navigator's always there. And she really gets me out of jams sometimes because I can end up in some rough places. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I need my navigator. And she gets me where I'm going. And Navigator also, you know, when Stuart and I were speaking, we were thinking about a ship also, navigating through the seas, you know, and navigating through the world. So when we think about navigation and navigation through the seas and being on a ship, you know, I think about all of you living with MS, and I think about life in general. You are going to hit calm waters. You're going to be in periods of your life where everything is smooth sailing, where things are going well, where, you know, money seems to be okay, your relationships are doing well. If you have MS, your MS is calm, you know, your symptoms haven't been acting up. Everything is smooth sailing. And these periods are awesome, you know. And you don't want to think about anything else. You just enjoy that. And then, you know, you hit, and this is life. This is life. MS or no MS, you hit storms. Storms come. You've got your wellness and you've got your storms. So you go through periods in life. And the reason that I picked this picture, and I like this photo very much, is because even though this looks like a really wild storm, there is still a lighthouse there. And there is a navigational tool there. And that's what MS Views and News wants to bring to all of you. That even though you can go through the smooth sailing and through those calm waters, and you're going to hit the storms, everybody does, MS or not, we are going to be providing this service to you to help you get through those storms and get back to your calm waters, okay? Remember, when you're here, I want to see you at this point also. I don't want to just see you during the storm. I want you to call me and come visit me when you're in the calm waters also, because this is the time that you're here and you're learning and you're educating and you're empowering yourselves. So when you get to this point, you're ready. You know what to do. You're already prepared. You've done the work and you're going to get through it well. Okay, so that's our goal, to get through these periods well and get back to calm waters and be prepared, okay? So I want to go into different examples of what I can do for you, what an MS Social Work Navigator can do for you. But before I talk about this, I want to give you what we call in social work, it's called a case study. And I'm changing names and I'm changing circumstances for confidentiality. But I'm going to talk about a patient that I worked with. This patient came to me. He was probably in his mid-50s. He was a family man. He had children. He had a wife. And he was diagnosed with MS, about 8 years prior. He was hospitalized, and he had no insurance. And they told him that he had MS. And because he had no insurance, he was discharged from the hospital, and that was it. He went home, and he kind of just lived for 8 years. And, you know, he didn't have access to anything. He didn't have insurance. He didn't have medication. He kept working as long as he could. And by the time he had gotten to me, he wasn't faring very well. He had progressed with the disease. So his family had put together enough money so that he could see a physician, and they paid cash. And so this physician looked at him and he said, listen, you need to be on a disease-modifying therapy. You need to have an MRI. It's been 8 years. And I want you to see Jennifer. You know, go see a social worker and see what she can do for you. So when I sat down with him, we looked at his finances. We looked at his circumstances. Every case is different. We started a Medicaid application. He qualified. Within 3 weeks, he was approved for Medicaid. He completely qualified. He had his prescription for his disease-modifying therapy that he chose, the one that he liked. We called the pharmaceutical company. Well, there's a program for that. So within that week, his medication was delivered to his door. Okay? So now we've got him insurance. We got him his medication, but he still needed his MRI. So, you know, as a community resource, we use other resources. So we contacted the MSAA together. I helped him fill out the application because he wasn't able to do it by himself. And they paid for his MRI. So, this is the type of, I didn't tell you this, I'm going to use the name Bill. Bill is the type of situation that is where someone like I can help for that. And not all of you are going to be in that situation, but you may know someone that is. So I just wanted to give you an example. That's one example of things that an MS Social Work Navigator can do. Of course, patient education. I'm going to just look at this here. Patient education. You're here. You made it. And you're receiving education. And whoever's watching this on the MS Views and News Learning channel on YouTube is getting educated too. So this is something that you can pass along to others and hopefully spread the word there. Other things that we can provide, individual and family counseling. I see people individually, I see couples, I see mothers and sons and families, and they can come and speak to me with whatever you need to speak about. It doesn't have to be MS related. I mean, MS kind of puts a blanket on your whole everything, so things kind of flow in and out together, right? Right. So what else can we do? Assistance with applications for services, like I spoke about with that patient Bill. He wasn't able to complete that application. It was long, it was complicated, it was really hard. They don't make it easy. And especially maybe, throw in a little cognitive or memory issues and you're not feeling well, that's something that I can also assist you with, okay? Physician-patient communication. This is really important. And this is something that MS Views and News has partnered with Dr. Steingo with. And we're working on a very interesting project, and you all will know about it soon. For you all to go to your physician's appointments or your healthcare provider appointments and get everything that you need in one appointment, to have your needs met, and to be able to present your case effectively so that you can get it all done in one appointment, and so that your healthcare provider understands what's going on with you and you walk out getting your needs met. So that's something that we can work on together, and we're working on a great form that you can complete before you ever go to the appointment, and be ready and be prepared. Because what happens when you go to see your doctor? You've got all these things in your mind and you're ready and you know exactly what you're going to talk about. And even, I've done it. I've written them down. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm going, okay? And then I get there and it's like, I don't know, I'm a little starstruck, right? And we start talking about one thing, and then we talked about that thing, and then he does the exam or whatever, and then you do the walk, and then he's gone. And I'm like, wait, what just happened? So now I have to make, another appointment. So the goal is to get you to not have to make another appointment. You don't have to do that. We want, maybe every 6 months, but get your quality of life going, not running back and forth to appointments. So get that physician-patient communication really sharp. So that's also something that a social work navigator can help you with. Okay? Information on Social Security. Anybody that's done it knows that this is a daunting task. It's big, it's scary, and it's not easy. So I can definitely help you with that, and I can also direct you to different areas that can help you, okay? The American Disabilities Act, everybody should know their rights and what they are entitled to, okay? And for anyone who has worked with me knows that I am a patient advocate, and I will fight for what is you are entitled to and what your rights are. We can also talk about employment issues, when to talk at work, when you don't want to talk about it at work, how you can tell your employer about MS, or if you don't want to speak to your coworkers. It's something to definitely discuss and consider and weigh out the pros and cons, okay? I can also refer you to attorneys specializing in disability law, okay? And there are also programs, advocacy programs for people who cannot afford attorneys to represent them. Of course, every case is different, and it is based on finance, and it's based on if they accept your case. But these are things that I can connect you to, okay? Mental health counselors, home safety, physical therapy, occupational therapy, how to get referrals for those things and where to find them if you don't know. Exercise and adaptive exercise. Here in South Florida, you guys have a lot of options open to you. And if you're interested in learning about where you can do adaptive exercises, you know I can send you in the right direction. If you're watching on the MS Views and News Learning channel and you want to learn about adaptive exercises in your community, there usually are opportunities. You really just have to search and find and see what's out there. So that's a good connection that can be made. So transportation issues is something else, okay? If STS applications, some people don't know where to get them and how to do it to apply for STS. Also, insurance companies often provide free transportation. Depending on your insurance company, that just might be something that you can use just to get back and forth to doctor's visits. So that's another thing that we could make a connection with, okay? And of course, the support groups here in South Miami, you guys are very lucky. This is a huge, wonderful, strong community. You have a lot of options. I feel like you could probably go to one a week if you wanted to in support groups here. So that's very nice. And not all communities have such a strong MS community the way you guys are. So it's very lucky to have that. And just referrals to general community resources specific to what your needs are. So that's some of the things that an MS Social Work Navigator can do. And, you know, I want to bring this back to, and I'm just going to kind of talk about individual social responsibility. And I want you to remember Bill, the patient that I talked about, okay? And you hear the word individual social responsibility. And you've heard social responsibility maybe in reference to like a corporation, you have a social responsibility to your community, but as an individual, there is also social responsibility. And so when I look at this definition, individual social responsibility promotes a proactive stance towards positively influencing and affecting the people and environments outside of your immediate circle. So helping people outside of your immediate circle, meaning your friends, your family, outside of this, okay? So that's your individual social responsibility, okay? This includes the engagement of each person towards the community that you live in. And for me, when I was reading this, I'm thinking, well, this is the MS community too. This is a very specific, I mean, this can go for anybody, right? We could work for a nonprofit organization and fulfill our need to have our social responsibility. But as a member of the MS community, you can also fulfill your individual social responsibility by passing this information on to others. You all know about this now. You're here. You have the education. You were able to make it here tonight. But I put cards out. I put one for you. I want you to keep one because I want you to call me. But I put extras because I want you to keep extras in your wallet. So when you're sitting in that neurologist's office and you hear the person next to you who is overwhelmed and can't figure out what to do, the person like Bill who hasn't found this yet, pass them out my information. It's a free resource, and it's a social responsibility as a community member, a multiple sclerosis community member, to share this information and to pass it on or pay it forward, as they say. So this was just something I wanted to share with you. And thank you for coming here tonight and to hear us speak and share this evening. Do you guys have any questions for me?
We just miss you.
Well, I'm very glad to be here, guys. Okay. Thank you.
No questions. Just so you all know, Michelle Alva is a woman on a mission to empower and educate individuals on how to connect and strengthen their innate self-healing and self-love. Self-restorative mechanisms, she combines modern science with mind, body, and medicine approaches from her 20-year background as a physical therapist, intuitive healer, yoga therapist, sound therapist, and belly dance. Ooh, I gotta see that.
For healing.
Oh, for healing. Wait, Belly dance for healing. Sorry. Come on, guys, right? What do we really want to say? Okay. She does this by teaching us easy and highly effective approaches to bring major healing with minor effort. Okay, so she's going to teach you to, shake it up. All right, move it around. And it'll be healing powers. So Michelle has created guided meditations that accelerate, heal, and brings out self-awareness. So let's welcome Michelle and get this going here. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to just thank you all for coming tonight and for making time to be nurturing and feeding yourself with new information, good food, great company. I just want to share that I have had my own share of trauma in my own life, and whether it's MS, whether it's sexual abuse or something that makes us feel hurt, it's all considered stress. It can be considered stress. And my desire in my life is to help us to do things that align us with what we have within us, which is a spa. We have our own pharmacy that makes neurochemicals, and we can actually turn on the healing hormone by doing certain things. And how many of us have maximized the potential to heal ourselves and studied that? I just want to know. Yes? Come on, let's own it. Yeah! So I pray for a future where a doctor will not only diagnose us and give us either a surgery or a drug, but also tell you, did you know that you can actually help yourself incredibly, that you are a miracle worker, that you are divine and sacred, and every cell in your body is listening to the thoughts and the beliefs that you have in your mind? So yes, I am a physical therapist for 20 years. However, the last 5 years, I was working at Canyon Ranch in Miami Beach as an energy healer and a holistic physical therapist, because I embrace that we're not just a body and a person that thinks and emotes, that we are also so interconnected. And what I mean by that is, have you ever been thinking of someone and then they call you on the phone, or you wake up and you have this feeling that you want to reach out to someone, and maybe they're not going through something, they're going through a hard time, or something like that happens that makes you think, oh my God, we're so connected. Or you're wanting to meet someone that does a certain something, and then you run into someone, you just meet sporadically. These things happen, and it kind of makes life feel more magical, right? So the more that we connect to this part of us that helps us to relax, that helps us to connect to the inner healer, the inner relaxer, the inner spa, the more we're aligned with our intuition, our higher knowing. We get information, we just know things. And I call it my inner guidance system, my intuition, the God in me, my Holy Spirit. I have a lot of names for it because all of us believe different things. It could be just your personality or your common sense or your gut feeling. You get what I'm trying to say here? Because we're really all talking about the same thing, but we're different, so we're going to see things differently. So what my goal is right now is to give you an experience of your powers within you to help stimulate your relaxation response. The parasympathetic nervous system, it's what it's called. It is the opposite of the stress response. So we have two ways that we can function: in love mode, in I feel safe mode, I am grateful mode. That's one. And the other one is I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't feel, I'm judging, I'm criticizing, I'm analyzing. It's more related to the ego, our mind. We think we're a body and that's it. Or we define ourselves by our medical chart. Does anybody do that when somebody asks you, tell me about yourself, and you roll off all the things that are wrong with your body? Anybody do that? Just, or you identify maybe too much with your titles of whether it's MS or diabetes, and that title actually affects your cells. And there's a science now called epigenetics, and it means it's above the genes, so we can actually alter how our genes are expressed. We can actually alter our physiology based on how we believe, the thoughts that we have throughout the day, and our perceptions of situations. So we may not be able to control who our mother-in-law is, but we can control our perception of our mother-in-law and be grateful, because that person might be teaching us a lot about patience, self-acceptance, acceptance, unconditional love. So if I choose to see everything as a blessing and a gift, and I'm just grateful for it, my neurochemical of love, my neurochemical of healing, I'm going to get an injection of it if I'm more grateful. If I simply say, okay, I surrender, I accept whatever's happening, I can't control it anyway. It's happened, so I may as well be grateful for it. So something that really helped me in my life that I didn't learn in physical therapy school is simply to practice gratitude. And that's a number one way I feel to get more energized, to get better sleep at night, and to feel more calm and relaxed. Does anybody here have a gratitude journal? Have you heard of listing 5 things at night before you go to sleep that you're grateful for, or in the morning, or even when I'm taking a shower? I do have my Love Your Body shower. That's just the way it goes. I'm going to have to take a shower anyway, so I may as well consciously bathe myself and say, thank you, arms. Thank you, legs. Thank you, thighs. Thank you, stomach. And you can start with the parts that you're the most critical of. So for women, sometimes that's our muffin top, or certain things go south a little sooner than we wanted. And those are the parts that want to be loved the most. So if I simply say thank you throughout my day, whether it's somebody opened the door for me, my server brought my food, and I'm grateful, and I say thank you, and I make that choice to focus on what I'm grateful for, there's a lot of wonderful things we can focus on. Literally, every time I'm grateful, it's like somebody with an oxytocin syringe is going, get your little boost. That's just the way it works. This is what happens. So that's one major way that just being conscious, what am I thinking of? And if you're in traffic, was anybody here in traffic grateful for the traffic? Did the traffic stress you out? Raise your hands. Did you get annoyed by the traffic? So you all got a little boost of cortisol. When you don't accept, when you get annoyed, that is a very powerful stress boost. So don't we all want to have more love hormones circulating so that we can heal whatever symptoms we're getting? When we get the thunderstorms in MS, the lows, the parts where we can't move, we don't feel as energized. If we dwell on it, it's a cycle that we're going to keep on stagnating the healing. So your body's constantly saying, can you just love me? Can you just be grateful for me? I'm here anyway, so you may as well welcome me and make me your best friend. Can we be chums? Can you please stop judging me and analyzing me? I'm doing my best to heal. This is what the body is constantly, your body is your friend, your body is your ally. But a lot of times we get frustrated with it because we question, why did this have to happen to me? Does anybody use why a lot? Why is this happening now? Why? So the question why actually stresses us out, because the body's like, I don't have an answer for you. I'm just working on healing myself right now. And that's just the way it goes. When you get a cut, your body heals. It does it. But if you're angry about the cut, if you are getting frustrated about it's not healing fast enough, the body's going to have more cortisol circulating, and the body needs oxytocin, the love hormone, to heal at its finest. So if you want to learn something, do something more effectively, you're going to do everything that aligns you so that you're successful at it. Does anybody here want to be an expert at self-healing? Does anybody here want to really maximize their healing ability today? Let's say yes, yes, yes. Are you ready, willing, and able to maximize your self-healing abilities right now? Yes, yes, yes. Are you willing to be open to creating miracles in your life and feeling supercharged and energized with the most minimum effort? Yes. Are you open to waking up in the morning with a big smile on your face? And being grateful for simply waking up? And are you willing to take a shower tomorrow morning or tonight? And as you bathing yourself, worshiping your body, honoring your body, thanking your body for the parts that do work and function at their best, and then loving especially the parts that are a little bit tougher to love. Are you willing to do all that? Yes. And if you have a spouse, are you willing to shower with them and do that celebration? That's even better. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a moment to embody self-awareness, which is all about going inside. A lot of times we seek out help. We go outsourcing. What we're going to do right now is insourcing. And inside of us, your body's always ready 24/7 to help you. It never takes a break from you. And when you step in a loving, accepting, excited, hopeful, just being really proactive towards yourself, your body creates miracles. And I've witnessed this because I literally pray that I may be used to the highest capacity. I pray a lot, and I feel very connected to angels, spirit guides, my grandma, my grandpa. I just believe that because it really does make my hands tingle, and I do energy healing. So when I call forth help, I feel it. And I've done this for so many years now that it's just so natural for me. But the more we tap into that, we feel more holy and we feel more magical. I really love that my PT career took a little turn, because when I have people that have low back pain, headaches, shoulder tension, if I only knew to do exercise and postural re-education, I think I would have to be working with them longer. So we want to do major healing with minor effort. So show me the most effective ways to help people with the minimum amount of effort, meaning they don't have to see me for 12 weeks. They can see me for 2 visits, and then they don't have the pain anymore because I'm teaching them how to help themselves. So right now, we're going to put our right hand over our heart and our left hand over our upper belly. So the heart is 50 times electromagnetically supercharged more than the brain. It's the most electrically excitable part of our body, which makes sense. It contracts blood through your whole body. So this is a part of my body that I can affect my physiology immediately and calm myself down. So right now what we're going to do is close our eyes, and we're going to take a deep breath in, and we're feeling our heart. Allow yourself to feel your heart beating, the warmth of your chest. We're focusing on ourselves, inner sourcing and awakening, the healer within, the miracle worker that you are. Take a deep breath in, 3 sniffs. And you're going to open your mouth now and exhale. Ah. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Feel the expansion, the elongation, the fullness, and then let it go. Closing your eyes, come on. You, experiencing you, your heart, your physical heart, your emotional heart. For some of us, we've been very hardened in our heart. We've been hurt. We've had trauma. So you want to breathe in deeper. And then exhale. Ah. Feel the expansion of your chest and your tummy. We're literally activating the neurohormone of healing right now, because these things that we're doing are stimulating that hormone. And doing these things simultaneously. The hands on the chest, hands on the tummy, closing the eyes. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale the sound. Ah. On the next ah, feel the vibration of ah. Feel the vibration of your sound. Hear your sound. You don't need to be shy. Just close your eyes. This way no one's looking at you. Ah. Just let her rip. The mouth I'm talking about here. Ah. Let's go a little deeper here. Let her go. Let it go. Yeah. Ah. And notice how the vibration is soothing. Vibration stimulates oxytocin, the hormone of love and healing, focusing, connecting. It boosts your immune system to vibrate. And when you touch your chest, you literally have receptors on your chest and on your abdomen for oxytocin. So if you move rhythmically over your chest right now, you're also stimulating oxytocin. Isn't that amazing that our body's designed with receptors on our chest and abdomen? This is where they're the most concentrated. This is probably why we hug heart to heart, chest to chest, instead of, hi, how you doing? And we hug back to back. We don't do that, right? Because we have the receptors here. And when we're engaging and connecting, we're facing each other. We're usually not turning our back when we want to connect with someone, right? So isn't that incredible how our physical body shares with us things about love? And we have a lot of nerve endings in our genitals, which makes a lot of sense because we want to make a baby, right? So we're wired, and we're wired to connect through love, to co-create, you know. So it's actually so beautiful when you look at your physiology. Something else I want to share, if you can just take a moment right now and look at someone, just choose one person, maybe the person next to you, to the right, and stay in a gazing of the eyes and keep looking at them and smile. And let yourself feel whatever arises and take a deep breath. So let's breathe and smile. Some of us might feel a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. We're just going to keep breathing and keep smiling and keep looking and have no judgment or analysis of the exercise. Just enjoy connection. When we eye gaze, we're also stimulating oxytocin. Did you know that? Eye gazing, looking into someone's eyes, is a way of stimulating healing hormone. Connecting. You can do this in the mirror. I do this when I brush my teeth in the morning because if I know that eye gazing is going to help stimulate my healing hormone, I may as well look at my eyes in the mirror, right? Why not? So when I brush my teeth, I can be grateful for my teeth. I can look at myself and I can just say, thank you, Michelle. Thank you for being you. So that's another one for homework. You're going to shower with your mate if you have a mate, and when you brush your teeth tonight, you're going to look in the mirror and say thank you to yourself. Okay? And if you have a partner, look into their eyes and do this as a practice. Today, our eyes a lot of time are on our computer or the phone, and because we have all this technology, television, computer, telephone, all those things actually do not help us to be in the moment. When I pick up the phone, when I check an email, I'm missing what's happening around me and inside me. So what I like to do, since I am a physical therapist, we're very functional. How can I weave into my day things that are going to stimulate my healing physiology? So as soon as you wake up, another practice I do, and I've created a guided meditation that I can share with you all for free. It's called I Am Supported. And you lay down on your bed and you pretend that the mattress is support hands that are supporting you, sacred hands. So you lean back into your mattress. You can do this tonight when you're laying in your bed and just really surrender to your bed, to the mattress, and just let go and feel that you're so loved. Did you know that thought creates form? You all thought to come here, right? And look at what you created. So you were created. Your physical body was created, right? So a divine source somewhere out there, a creator, a conductor, I don't know the name, but I know that someone, somewhere, something intended to create you. And there's nobody like you. And that really makes me feel really good that I was made. Whether my parents are divorced, I'm adopted, or I was abandoned, you know, it doesn't matter because I exist. So just because I exist, I can be grateful that I was thought up, this masterpiece, that masterpiece over there. So having this gratitude that you just exist, that you were created at night and going into the bed and laying there and really letting yourself surrender to that support, that boosts your immune system and that relaxes you. And it's perfect for when you're going to go to sleep. Do any of you have a hard time going to sleep, transitioning to sleep? Can I just see a raise of hands? So that I am supported guided meditation is really helpful for before you go to sleep. And I literally, it's interesting, my voice. Does anybody here love my voice? Everyone, please raise your hand. I have Gemini rising in my sign, and supposedly I'm a great communicator. And I love to sing. I sing a lot of my day, and I love to share. And I really wish to help as much as I can. And my clients would ask me to record my voice because I do one-on-one healing sessions where I'm teaching these things that I'm showing you, but it's for you. It's specifically for your needs. So people started asking me, can you record the session? I love your voice. You put me to sleep. And sometimes that was not a good thing. But anyway, so I just decided, you know what, maybe God wants me to put more of my voice out there, and I wound up creating a CD of guided meditations called Free Yourself. And this is how life, I think the most beautiful things come when you're not looking for it. It comes to you. And I met someone that recorded the track, made the music. Like every little angel came into my life because I'm a physical therapist, I'm not a guided meditation person, CD maker. So, but my clients kept asking, and I kept recording and making them a little CD. This was years ago, back when I didn't have the iPhone 6, So it was complicated. I thought, well, why don't I just make one CD with 6 general different topics? So what I'm saying this for is you can record your own voice saying whatever wonderful things you want to tell yourself. And you can even spend some time saying wonderful things about you so that you hear your voice yourself saying nice things to yourself. And this is a really powerful exercise. You can use your phone to help your self-healing abilities. So that's another one you could do. And I would like to share with you some other ways right now, if it's okay to stand. Is that okay for people to stand? Because a lot of us probably sit in a chair for many hours a day. Does anybody sit 3 to 4 hours a day at least? Yes? Yes. So right here in our pelvis, for those people that want to go to sleep, we held a lot of fear and tension in our hips and our inner thighs. When we're feeling stressed out, our adrenal glands are overworking, the low back feels sore. So what we're going to do right now, remember Stuart had said that I'm a belly dancer. I work with women, mostly, guiding them to embrace their sensual side. And sensuality simply means that I'm feeling through my senses. So right now you can feel the hips sliding right to left, and this is the opposite of tension. Does anybody here have spasms and get spastic? Okay, so we're gonna breathe right now. Optimal muscle release. See those words, optimal muscle release? Let's say it. Optimal muscle release as you slide your hips. My intention, my message with my voice, you can sing a song. Optimal muscle release. Optimal muscle release. Let's swing those hips. Optimal muscle release. I love you, hips. 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 I love my hips. Yay! So you can combine using your sounds with your movements. And the movements that are rhythmical and repetitive are going to be hypnotic. Those are the principles used in belly dance. And when we move this part, we're letting go of the fear. We're letting go of holding. And there's a lot of benefit to this constant movement because moving stimulates oxytocin, the love hormone. When we resent, when we judge, when we bitter, and we're holding on to the past, we don't move as easy. So we're going to move the heart now because a lot of us probably would benefit from that, right? So sliding the rib cage right to left. If there's resentment in your heart, if you've been hurt, if you hurt yourself with your own thoughts and negative thinking, you're going to circle around. Focus on your territory. So the way we want to go inward. Yes, you could do this sitting. And then let's take a moment and as best as you can, shake your heart. Vibration is a wonderful way to release. And I like to do this in the shower, and I'll do my sniffs and choose something to release, and then sometimes it's just and sometimes it's Maybe you didn't get a good night's sleep. Maybe you're doing this in bed and you're like, I woke up. So then you could say, I'm so grateful I woke up. Because Michelle said that if I'm grateful about it, I'm going to be more relaxed. I'm going to help my immune system. So these are some things that you can do. Just remember these principles of rhythmical movement is hypnotic. It calms the brain, the nervous system. So moving your joints. And you want to move in a way that you can access. So if you sit in a chair and it's hard for you to stand, that's fine. You can do this sitting. You can also thank your arms, look at your arms, close your eyes, feel your arms. So there's different ways to do this where you're connecting with yourself. And you can massage yourself. Massaging yourself, and I highly recommend coconut oil, really good for the skin. And you can literally say, I love my body. I love my arm. I love my thighs. I love my belly. So this rhythmical movement, intention, singing, sounding, you're vibrating yourself. All of those things stimulate the healing hormone. So let's all have a seat. Are we good on time? How much? Okay, great. Okay, and now what I want to ask you, because did you like that? Was that helpful? What are you going to do tonight? Take a shower with your partner? I know that's what you're doing. And then massage is something else that is very stimulating for oxytocin. And you don't have to necessarily go to a spa. You can just get your coconut oil and massage your belly, because our belly is where all of our internal organs are. Okay? And does anybody here have stomach problems like irritable bowel, digestion issues, constipation? So when we're stressed out, we tense up and it's hard to digest. It's hard to absorb. So doing this at night before you go to sleep is a great way to actually make yourself relax. So if you do this, you're inflating your belly when you sniff, and then exhale, and you can breathe in the word optimal sleep. Let's all say that. Let's wish each other that for tonight. Optimal sleep. Optimal sleep. So you put this thought, it sends a frequency. It's telling all of your cells to have optimal sleep, but you're not going to pressure or force yourself. You're not going to be like, optimal sleep, I better get it tonight. It's going to be optimal sleep. I'm so grateful I have this technique. No expectations. So when you wake up at 2 a.m., you're going to say, yay, I get to practice once again optimal sleep. Because I know that if I'm grateful, I'm going to relax more. Why? If I know these things, I may as well do it because it's helping me, right? When we gossip, when we criticize, when we judge, when we analyze, we're stimulating the stress response. Let's say that out loud. Criticism, are we going to do that? Doesn't boost our immunity. Judgment, are we going to judge ourselves or someone else? Okay, so I work as a healer also. So if I do judge myself, I'm going to be grateful that I judged myself, and I'm going to breathe in love. I'm going to breathe in the opposite of judgment to neutralize. I'm not going to judge myself, judging myself. Okay? We're not going to persecute ourselves. This is not about being perfect. It's about, can I love myself even though I judge myself? Can I love myself regardless of what's going on in my body? Can I hold space of love and acceptance for my cells? Because that is what uplifts me. So unconditional loving towards ourselves and our cells makes us miracle workers. Can you love yourself the way the divine loves you? Can you love yourself the way the one person in your life that loves you the most, can you love them yourself that way? Yes. Can you love yourself the way you love others to the max degree? Yes. Maybe. Okay. So what we're going to do right now is I just want to ask of you, what are your hardships, challenges that you feel I can help you with? Because I help people to process emotions in their body. If you're resentful towards someone, do you feel it in your body? When you see them especially, you feel like tightness here, or if someone hurt you, you feel this tightness. So I tell people, when you perceive you're hurt because someone said something, does anybody here take things personally? Yes. Raise your hand. So every time you take something personally, your heart contracts like this. Every time you blame yourself, your heart goes like this. Every time you shame yourself, your heart contracts. Every time you feel guilty, every time you second guess yourself and say, oh, you're so stupid. Why did you do it that way? So eventually, over many years, our heart is hardened. The muscles are tense. And our emotions, our thoughts, tense up our muscles. Is that amazing? The people that carry the shoulds on the shoulders, I should do this, I should do that. I have this long list. It's all right here. Those are the shoulder tension people. The people that maybe connected with people that they didn't really want to connect here years ago, and we judge ourselves for some of our past partners, there's stagnation down here. The people that don't support themselves, they don't uplift themselves, maybe they're really hard on themselves, those are the ones that feel no support back here. If I don't honor my power and who I really am, and I shut down because it's different from everybody in my family, I tense up here. So there's parts of the body where what I feel I help people with is to stretch out those parts that have gotten crumbled over the years, and so that we can feel lighter, so that we can feel more expansive and freer in our body. Would anybody here like to feel lighter and freer in their body and untangle those knots in the shoulders or the neck or the jaw? So I'm going to show you right now some ways to do that yourself. So first and foremost, we're going to pick one part of the body that is the most stressed out. Maybe it's in pain. Maybe it's a part that you're frustrated with. Choose right now one part. And when you're done with that, just raise your hand. Okay, can I just ask you what part was that? Your finger? Okay, so now you're going to close your eyes. Who else wants to share? Shoulders, okay? Ankles. You're going to close your eyes right now. Take a deep breath of gratitude in for that part. So we're going to say thank you, and then whatever that part is. Thank you, shoulders. Thank you for all your tension. Are you willing to be grateful for your pain, your suffering, your tension? Yes, yes. Louder, please. Yes, yes, yes. Are you willing to embrace and love yourself regardless of whether you have pain or lightness? Yes, yes, yes. Are you willing to be there for yourself, be your best friend, even though you're in pain? Yes. Are you willing to transform your pain and release it? Okay, so now if it's possible, you can put your hand on the painful part or visualize yourself putting your hand on the painful part. And you're going to pretend that that part is a lung. And you're going to breathe the color of love into that part. So if it's your shoulders, you're going to breathe in the color of love, which is, what color is the color of love, unconditional love for you? What is it? Red, okay. Anybody else? White. So breathe that color in. Close your eyes because color carries a certain frequency. There's something called color therapy. And if you can't see color, just remember something that was white, like maybe your little white Maltese, and you can use that as a color, okay? So bring that energy of unconditional love with the color to that part of your body. Breathe in that color to that part. Close your eyes for this exercise. Where your awareness goes, energy flows. When you breathe into that part that's painful, you're telling your body, I accept you. When you choose to become aware of it without any judgment, criticism, or analysis, you're simply there for yourself. Your body relaxes. Your body unwinds itself. Deep breath into that painful part. And if you want, you can emphasize the pain by squeezing the muscle. So you can squeeze your shoulders up to your ears, take a deep breath in, breathe in that color, and then exhale, release. Lovingly breathing into that part, tensing it up, and then releasing it. Are you willing to release this pain? Are you willing to transform it? Are you willing to use your sound and your breath to help it to move? Deep breath in. One more deep breath, loving breath. You're so powerful. Are you willing to believe that it's this simple to transform your tension? We're energy. We really are. And I only know this because I was lucky enough to take a course, and it changed my life. We're so much more powerful than we realize, and when we choose to believe in our potential, it is really incredible what is possible. To just believe in ourselves. And if we all learned in school how powerful we are, that we're energy, that our thoughts affect our cells, wow, what's possible, right? So does anybody have any questions about that exercise we just did? It's almost so simple that it's hard to believe it could really be that simple, right? Does anybody feel lighter from that? Very simple exercise. So imagine you can add aromatherapy like lavender, rose, jasmine, a scented candle you can light when you're feeling pain. You turn on a candle and you do this exercise. You can listen to my guided meditations, Let Go and Love. There's a bunch of them on my website. You can listen to them for free. There's one on self-love and self-acceptance, and they're all designed with an intention to help to the highest degree. So when you bring yourself into anything that you do with the highest intention to benefit from it, it's amazing what happens. So does anybody here have medication, drugs that they take? Okay, so the next time you take your medications, you're going to be grateful for your body that processes and takes in the benefits from the medication. And you're going to say, may my body take in all the benefits of this and not take in the things that are side effects stuff. So you can literally put that order in and your cells are listening. So what's possible? Notice then if it doesn't wear you down the way it usually does. Did you know that, like with your meal right now, you can say, may the best parts of this meal be absorbed completely and fully in my body, and the rest be processed. Literally, you can do this, and it does work. Does anybody have any questions about any of the exercises we did? Yes. Okay. What I would like to do, any other questions? Yes. Michelle Alva, Michelle Alva, ALVA.com. You can go on my website and put your email in there, and you can download Let Go and Live. And also there's a free e-guide called Top 10 Tips for a Stress-Free Day. I have a list here. If anybody's interested in trying a session with me, I'm doing a 50% discount for whoever wants to sign up tonight. And that's usually the sessions are $200. And now for this group, it's going to be $100. And then if you want to buy a package of 3, it's $300, which is a steal. But I really want to work with you and share with you for your needs how this work can help you. And I do massage. I do intention work. I put the highest intention for miracles to happen for us. And it's really amazing how I want to teach people how to live from a place where life is magical, because it really was meant to be. It's just our mind. And a lot of the things that we watch in TV or the magazines or there's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of things that are designed to not enrich us and empower us. That's just the way it's been built. But that doesn't mean we have to be victims of that. So connect with me. I would love to share with you. And if you want to leave me your email for tonight, I have a list right there, if we can pass it around, and put your name and your email. And the other thing is, if you want to do a 15-minute free phone consultation with me, I do 15-minute intensive healings over the phone, which are very helpful. Sometimes we need a little extra boost. So that's a gift for everyone if you want to do that with me for 15 minutes. Phone session. I work through Skype or just on the phone and guide you. And I'm very intuitive. I feel your field. You know, just like when you meet someone, you can get a feeling for them. So I've just worked for so many years that it's very easy. So there's certain parts of your body that sometimes are not working as well, and I can feel that and pick up on that, so then we can move more energy and heal, show you how to help yourself. That's really what this is about. Thank you so much. May this meal be absorbed wonderfully in your bodies, and may your sleep tonight be amazingly sound and wonderful dreams. Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you to Michelle Alva, and there are a lot of times that I post what she's doing onto the newsletter. So if you read the newsletter, you have to just read all the newsletter, okay? And then you'll find different excerpts of different things going on. By the way, you all notice that we're video recording, right? Do you know that we video record like 90-something% of the programs we do now, regardless of where they are? The one in Alabama was great that we just did a few weeks ago. And also, you know, just about everything that you want to know about multiple sclerosis now, you could find on our learning channel on YouTube, all right? It's the MS Views and News learning channel. So just go to our website, learn to use the website. From there, you go to the blog. From there, you go to the newsletter, the archived newsletters, the information from the different doctors that are going to be also posting materials to our website. And again, you'll be able to find things like from Michelle Alva or others that are doing alternative therapies. You'll be able to find that there as well. So for the rest of the night, let's just say, have a great night, all right? And I thank you all for coming here tonight, and enjoy your meal. Thank you.